Greetings, boys and girls. It is I, Emperor Jonwayne Frankenstein, the man that's been running Dungeons and Dragons for like over 4 decades. In any case, I have spent my considerable wisdom pondering character creation of the 2024 to come up with the ultimate first level build. Now, this build will actually take you for the first 3 levels as the ultimate power possible. Now, there's 2 ways to obtain it. We'll start out with the easiest version of this. Choose whatever race you want, whatever background you want. I would recommend that you take something that allows you to get wizard spells so you can get mage armor. But in any case, warlock, level 1, invocation, pack of chain. Suddenly, you have an imp that has 21 hit points, 13 armor class, 16 if you cast mage armor on it, that can turn invisible at will. So it's always attacking with advantage or disadvantage. You can give up one of your attacks to make an attack with it. It does 3d6 plus 3 points of damage at first level. At first level, you have a character that can travel 40 miles per hour in the air, transform its shape into a raven, a spider, a bat, or something like that. A creature that can see through magical darkness, and as a bonus action, you can see through its magical darkness too. That has 21 hit points and does 3d6 plus 3 points of damage per hit at first level. All you have to do with your character is stay out of combat and use your attack for it to make an attack. And should it die, it only costs you 10 gold pieces to resurrect your imp familiar. 10 gold pieces, that's it. The closest you can get to this is a barbarian with 16 strength, dex, and constitution, and the toughness feat. But even that will not get 21 hit points, and will only have the 16 armor class, and will still only be doing 2d6 plus 5 points of damage with the long sword that it's attacking with. And if it dies, it stays dead unless you spend thousands of gold resurrecting it. So there you have it. The ultimate build for first 3 levels of character creation. Warlock, Path of Chain, Imp Familiar. And of course, when you get high enough level, high enough to cast 5th level spells, you can spend 10 gold pieces to turn your imp into a quasit and then summon undead. The quasit will, anything it hits, will give it the poison condition, automatic, no saving throw required. Now, at this level, you're going to be able to use your attack for it to attack, plus your bonus attack for it to attack if you take the 5th level Path of the Chain. So that's 2 attacks at advantage because its action is going to be to turn itself invisible. And should it hit, and then your undead creature hit, the big bad is paralyzed till the end of its turn. Instant lockdown. You've won. Your team has won. So, up until the first few levels, you're more powerful than a paladin. You're more powerful than a barbarian. You're more powerful than anything. And then, once you get to cast 5th level spells, permanent lockdown on the big bad. Now, there is another way to obtain this, and this is really important too. This involves using the reverse compatibility. Using reverse compatibility, you can use custom lineage to get any feat you want, which includes the Eldritch Invocation one, the feat that allows you to take one of the Eldritch invocations of a warlock. So you can play anything you want and have a familiar, like an imp, or a Sphinx of Wonder, or a sprite, or a pseudo-dragon. In fact, you can have a whole party of first-level characters that have all taken this feat, and then they themselves will stay out of combat for the first few rounds, letting their familiars take all the risks and all the glory, knowing that they can't die permanently, and only 10 gold pieces will bring them back. It is the perfect campaign for teaching new players that are skeptical or scared because they don't want their character to die, that are afraid they might mess up, a chance for them to learn how to play while playing the game without risking their actual character. I mean, the mind-boggling ramifications of this is amazing. And of course, this is the next step of D&D. You see, you're used to D&D where you start out as an adventurer and you go all the way till you become the most powerful. Now, you're learning how to be an adventurer that has a lesser character that they're building up and using. Part of its, if you will, camp. It's encampment. It's followers. It's whatever you wish to call them. The men at arms. A chance to begin playing your own kingdom. You could even go one step further and take the noble background and get 3 nobles. One of them that's a noble that starts out with plate armor. One of the best armors worth 400 gold pieces at level 1. But in any case, we're getting derailed here. The bottom line is, the Imp Familiar is more powerful than any first level character you can create and could probably wipe out your entire party. You can have one taking the Warlock or taking custom lineage and taking the feat from the old system. And then you can switch it out. If you have questions that require mysticism and knowledge, you can get the Sphinx of Wonder. If you need to go to the depths of madness itself, the Quasit. If you need to go deal with fairies and sprites, you can summon the Sprite or the Pseudo Dragon. Each member of your party could have their own favorite familiar that they use that you start out with. Then in your first few levels as you're gaining power. Just think of that campaign. Think how fun that would be. And think how fun it'd be to make the game that follows that, where you continue to have your adventurer and your familiar both growing and expanding and becoming more powerful together. Kind of like Pokemon! Oh!